I've lived in Colorado my entire life and I love me some food, and Denver has a pretty good food scene. So I'm gonna walk you through 5 of my favorite casual Denver restaurants. I'm Juli Bauer Roth, the food, fitness, and lifestyle blogger behind PaleoMG. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share my favorite food, workout, and wellness tips to help you live your best day in life. Today we're talking my favorite casual Denver restaurants. 5 to be exact. I'm gonna take you through all the different restaurants that I frequent the most in Denver to get an easy breakfast, easy lunch, and easy dinner in minutes that is so filling, so delicious, and so worth trying. If you live in Denver, or if you're just traveling through here and wanna try some restaurants, I hope these will be added to your list because they are must tries that will satisfy the entire family and they can't be missed. Let's get into it. It is bright and early around here because it's my first stop on my top 5 list. Number 1, Rivers and Roads Coffee. This joint is the absolute best. Everything is completely gluten-free. There's vegan options as well, but they just have the most delicious options out there. So not only do they have the best, I'm not joking, the best breakfast sandwich of all time, but they have gluten-free donut holes that will knock your freaking socks off. They have, it's seasonal, but they have a curried chicken salad that is to die for. I love it so much. They do things like sweet potato fries, loaded breakfast fries. They do amazing coffees. They have fantastic coffee. I adore this place. I work here all the time. It's one of my favorite spots in Denver. It's on the other side of town for me, but I love it so much I come here probably 2 to 3 times a week. And the 2 owners, Desiree and Mike, are true good people, which I love most of all. I hang out with Desiree all the time, but that's not why this is on the list. It is so good. You have to try this if you're ever in Denver. You have to get the sausage breakfast sandwich and you have to get the donut holes. That's what I'm gonna get today. Let's go.
If you head to Rivers and Roads City Park location, because they have 2 locations at the moment, you'll be greeted by their first location. That is absolutely adorable. You can sit inside or outside. In the summer, they have the doors open, and their pastry counter is always filled with donut holes, if you make it in time. Delicious pastries. Their biscuits that are gluten-free. Well, everything is gluten-free. They also have vegan options too. But oh my God, their pastries are absolutely unbelievable.
I love this spot so freaking much. It just has a spot in my heart. I think it is a must try if you are ever in Denver. Like I said, get those 2 items, but you can always get a smoothie. You can get a chai. You can get one of the best pastries you'll ever have. I love them. Go there. And we are off to another brunch spot. Today we're going to One Fold. This is one of my all-time Denver favorites. And one of those reasons that I started coming here on a regular basis is because One Fold doesn't use any vegetable or seed oils, which I think you can find maybe one other restaurant in Denver that doesn't. They use things like duck fat, lard, butter, and olive oil. It's fantastic. So they deep fry their potatoes in duck fat. It's so good. So One Fold is actually right across the street. Behind me is where I plan to give birth at the birth center of Denver. And I told Brian that if I give birth in the morning, he'll be going straight here to get food to go to take home with us, because you're only at the birth center to like 4 to 5, 6 hours after you give birth. So I want that breakfast and I want to take it home. Now, One Fold has different kind of themes. I don't know, like home cooked food, but home cooked is going to be Asian style, it's going to be Mexican style, American style. They have things like congee, some people call it congee, which is like this rice breakfast kind of porridge in bone broth. They make their own duck and chicken bone broth. That's fantastic. You can get that to go. And then they make things like, I think, chilaquiles. They have a breakfast burrito. They have breakfast fried rice. I honestly get the congee every single time because it's so comforting, it's so delicious, and I don't know of any other places in Denver that make it. You have to get it, and you have to get some bone broth to go. Let's go inside.
Right there is where I plan to give birth. Right across the street from One Fold. Oh yeah. That tree's blocking it, but she's waiting for me. Now, as you can see, this location is nice and small. They only have a handful of tables and bar stools, so you want to get in there early. This meal truly cannot be beat. It is the most comforting, delicious, amazing meal you will have. You gotta try it if you ever go to One Fold.
They're incredible. You have to go there if you're in Denver. It's a tiny restaurant, so get there nice and early. They have some seating outside as well. The inside is pretty small. And so if you're here in summer, it works out great, but make sure you get there early. And I think they have happy hour every morning where you get a discount on breakfast burritos, which are delicious. Oh, I'm full and happy. Okay, next on my list is Ohana Island Kitchen. Now this is the most delicious Hawaiian restaurant. So we're in Colorado, so we're a landlocked state. So it's hard to come by good poke. There's a lot of different poke restaurants around town, and they're all shitty. They're all terrible. Ohana is legit. It is so delicious. It tastes like the poke that you get in Hawaii. They're a no frills kind of restaurant. They're not gonna dress up their poke with all kinds of different things. They keep it really simple. They usually have tuna poke. Sometimes they have salmon, and then they have kalua pork as well. And sometimes they'll do Japanese curry. Their menu is super small. You can get your poke on salad and their kale salad, which is phenomenal. I don't even like kale salad that much, and it's so good. Or you can get it on rice. And then we often get the kalua pork plate because it is so freaking simple and so good. We love this place so much. We had a Hawaiian night at our house once with friends, and we had Ohana cater because it's phenomenal. I tried to get them to cater my baby shower, but they were all booked up. I was so devastated. But this place is a must go. The restaurant is super small. They have a small amount of dining inside and then some dining outside, but you have to go if you are ever here. It is fantastic. You can get lunch and dinner. Don't miss it if you're in Denver. Let's head in and get some food.
Now, as you can see, this location is nice and small. They only have a handful of tables and bar stools, so you want to get in there early. This meal truly cannot be beat. It is the most comforting, delicious, amazing meal you will have. You gotta try it if you ever go to One Fold.
Another day here in Denver, going to another one of my favorite restaurants. It is called Quiero Arepas. Okay, so I have eaten at this little place for, it has to be 12 years. They started as a little food stand, and then they got their own food truck. And now they have 3 separate locations. 2 are in a place called Avanti, which is a food hall type place where you can try multiple different restaurants. And there's one in Boulder and one in Denver. And then they have their own brick and mortar in the South Pearl Street neighborhood of Denver, kind of Wash Park neighborhood. If you've never tried a Venezuelan arepa, you are missing out, but especially Quiero Arepas. I've tried many different arepas around the country whenever I go different places, and I still think Quiero Arepas makes the best arepa around. It is so fantastic. And I know they make their own little spin on it. It's a husband and wife who started this business, and the husband is from Venezuela. And I know they make their arepas a little bit different than they have them in Venezuela, but I think they're absolutely perfect. You can get smoked salmon, you can get their pabellon, you can get their reina pepiada. Everything is fantastic, and you have to try their plantains. They put guasacaca on top as well as some cheese. It's just phenomenal. I love them so, so much. The couple is amazing, the food is amazing, and you'll never be let down. You can get your arepas for lunch or for dinner. A breakfast arepa sounds fantastic. If you've never tried an arepa, it's made from masa, and it's this almost like a corn English muffin. And then they stuff it with meat, with beans, with plantains, with herbs. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna head in and have one myself.
Now, in the Avanti locations, whether you go to Denver or Boulder, you're gonna find little restaurants in shipping containers, and that's where you will find Quiero Arepas. Now, you cannot go wrong with any of these arepas, but the Caribe, the pabellon, and the reina pepiada are all of our favorites and that we turn to all the time, and aside plantains. The masa dough is puffy, it's divine. Oh, these are perfection. As you can see, these are so beautiful. They come perfectly ready to eat. Oh my God, I love them so much. The Papayón I think is my favorite right now, but I always get the Reina Pepiada as well. You guys gotta try these things. They are the best.
Okay, if that video of the smoked salmon, the chicken, and the beef, the Papayón, I got the Papayón for myself today. If that didn't talk you into going to Quiero Arepas, I have no idea what will, because it is so good. Had the first bite there. I'm taking the rest home with me, and it's making my mouth water. It is perfection. God, I love them so much. You have to go. If you're in Denver, go straight to Avanti or their brick and mortar location. You will not be disappointed. And we are on to my last pick of my top 5 casual restaurants in Denver, and it is called the Rotary. So the Rotary opened, I think around 2020 maybe. It opened around COVID times when we were all in lockdown, because I remember getting their food to go and being able to take it home. And it was so fun to be able to support a local restaurant, especially a new one that was starting in a tough time. Well, what I love about the Rotary is they have really slow cooked food that is local. So they'll have pork or chicken, and it's rotisserie style. So it's slowly cooked. It has no antibiotics. It's just delicious. It's this simple, delicious food where you can get a really healthy meal without having to think much about it. Of course, they have some things like their potato chips, but they have different seasonal veggies. They have salad. They have slow cooked chicken thighs. And when a place uses chicken thighs over chicken breasts, I am all about that place. It is delicious. I've never actually met the owners here, but I love this spot. It's in a neighborhood really close to ours, and it's just an easy place to get lunch or dinner. And just like Quiero Arepas, they actually started their brick and mortar in a way out of Avanti before they moved into their own location. So let's go inside and get some food. So I wanted to show you inside, but freaking staffing issues these days. Does nobody like to work anymore? It's crazy. But because of staffing issues, they couldn't be open inside. And so I took my food to go, and I'm gonna take it home and show you what I got, because it's called the Toga Bowl. It's not available all the time, but I've heard it's incredible. They have specials every month. So I'm taking this home to eat and enjoying my lunch. So even though they didn't have the staffing for inside the restaurant, they're still able to make it work, and got this amazing looking bowl. There's some rice under there. There's like a little salad. We got this gluten-free fried chicken and an amazing peanut sauce. I'm so excited for this. This bowl should be a staple on their menu. Hopefully it is in the future. All done eating that bowl. It's so freaking good. So if you're ever in Denver, or if you live in Denver, you have to try all 5 of these places. They are just fantastic. The owners are fantastic. The food is fantastic. They're all so worth trying and so worth going to. So if you are driving through Denver, doing a road trip, or you're stopping in, or you're just here and need to try a new restaurant, hopefully this gives you some new inspiration to add to your dining out. And if you have any Denver casual restaurants that you think are a must try, leave them in the comment section below, because I would love to hear from you and try some new places, because so many spots in Denver are always popping up these days. I'm Juli Bauer Roth of PaleoMG. Hopefully you enjoyed that food as much as I do. And I have a couple other videos I think you're gonna like coming up.